Hello, survivors of the apocalypse and veterans of AtomRPG. Welcome back to Trudograd, the post-apocalypse. So, we talked to the union leader and all these guys, and, well, being a tough and strong-willed union leader, Petrov, this guy here, wouldn't budge, and the nasty factory manager here and his rather shallow secretary Emma, I'm quite disappointed with her, and well, there are a lot of red flags, but I think we are just playing this game here, and whenever we see her, we are going to ask her if she wants to go out with us. Maybe we are getting some form of positive surprise or so at some point. I wouldn't count on it, but let's see. Also, we know hope always dies last, right? So we got the information that there is the wife of this union leader available for a talk. Let's see what that is about. And we are to convince these guys not to do the strike, but I am actually beginning to feel that we are on the wrong side here. Where do we get out? Here. No. We are on the wrong side because the factory manager, you know, he's wearing shoes that are worth more than a month's salary. I mean, we don't know much about the situation, of course, and we know that the workers are also not super productive probably, and certainly don't work themselves to death in there. But they are not getting... They don't seem to get any benefits or anything. So, and by the way, where do we need to go now? The factory problems. I must convince Petrov, yeah, and the taming of the rebels. Beridonov, the deputy senior manager of the factory, hinted that a visit to Petrov's wife might calm his rebellious spirit. In the docks area, okay, at the jewelers. Here, then let's go to the docks. Yeah, I left. It's not the next day. We need to show up in Mikaluch's tavern as well. Oh! Without warning, an iron manhole cover flies up into the air. Clouds of stinking steam billow out of the hole, and the jobless northerners camping there rush out, inconveniently blocking the only escape route. There's no doubt these coarse fellows intend to rob us. Well, I guess we're going to defend ourselves, and they seem to be so drunk that they don't understand that we have a special armor. And by the way, you guys, let's go into the melee. We still have to see a finisher with the saber there. What's this? Oh yeah. So where are they? Let's walk up here. Okay, not there. Do we hear the radio or what? And that's actually a rather rare occurrence, huh? Someone's talking via loudspeaker, so where are they? I thought they came out of the manhole there somewhere. I don't see anybody. Oh, but someone held a speech here, huh? But didn't want to be interrupted during the speech. And that's why they protected their van with a barbed wire. So apparently, there! Spiked club and brass knuckles. And this guy has a tree-barreled gun. Weighted glove, and they are wearing ushankas. Well, let's beat them up. Hey there, fellows. So I hear you wanna try something or so. Okay, well, let's have a good brawl then. Hitting him in the eyes. Oh well. Gotcha. And then that's actually, the others are back there. let's run back because the guy has a 3-barrel gun. Well, let's completely run back. So like this. Good. Hex, you run forward. And I want to see... Oh, come on. I want to see the finisher. Yeah, then let's run here. We can actually... Or let's actually bring Hex back. Hex, you go there. And we are running here. And then we can help Lieutenant Razin getting the finisher. Ending the turn. Oh, well. Yep, Hex, you just... Oh, well, that hurt. Oh my goodness, yeah, this guy. Okay. Oh, we have another one. Okay. He just chopped him off. Okay, well. Then let's run here and let's finish this guy with the 3-barrel. That is a little bit nasty, hitting him in the eyes. Oh, and he's stunned. Well, that's fine. And then I don't want to stun him though, so let's hit this guy. Okay, that makes things a bit easier for the lieutenant. Unfortunately, it's a bit dark there in the corner. But we've got a very good chance, I guess, right now. So let's speed this one up a little bit. Once more. Good, but then the rest is up to the lieutenant. There you go. Standing up. Ah, crap, he's... Ah, that was Kasparamid that he used, okay. Now there was just a regular attack there. Okay, that was like kind of disappointing, but well, let's run away. And Hex, I'd like you to run here. Let's get out of the range of the gun. Okay, oh, we can shoot through the armor. Come on, mess him up, Lieutenant. Well, but that's... I'm not sure if this is considered a finisher there. Oh, and I think we've got a little bug here, because the arm should have been off, right? Well. So, then let's collect Armed Boozer, Northern Bandit. And this one is also Northern Bandit. Well... Lieutenant, you take everything. Oh, actually, I think we have a lot of loot already. So we can actually go to the via the gray corner and sell some stuff and possibly get something as well. Oh, there's one more here. Okay. I still hope that we can see the finishers. But it could be that we have to... we can't have the weapon in a situation where we are not fulfilling the recommended things, right? So maybe... Let's try the Sea Devil's Trident again a bit. Why not, huh? And by the way... Let's rather have this here. The PPD-40 to shoot. Because that ammo is way cheaper. And easier to come by. Well, we could also, in principle, by the way, try the spiked club. Let's do that. Let's do that. And let's go to the scrap quarter then. We're not far away from it anyway. And let's go to the traders there. They should have fresh rubles. So, let's run around. We are here in the back. Ah yeah, here there. And there's our friend Narayana. Hey there, with your big backpack. I wish you would sell us such a backpack. And she's got some stuff, but nothing we've not seen before. Custom drum magazine. And this is the hammer weight. Oh, and she's got Now this is custom 649 round with the steel core, but this is not for the. Despite the looks, it doesn't look like it's the weapon for this anti-material rifle. Oh yeah, well, let's have this here. She doesn't have so much money anyway. So here, I've got one Makarov for her. That's 300 already. Let's rather give her some stuff that's heavier, like the tree barrel. Oh, and by the way, here the frying pans. They are very heavy. Here this one. The weighted glove. Yeah, and then we are selling the Makarov, and then that's it actually. Also the sheath. And like so. 91 rubles left. You can have this one. I wonder if there's actually a finisher for the broken bottle. Maybe we should... Oh no, we saw it. With the knife, it's like several stabs. That's the finisher. That was actually pretty cool and brutal and gritty. And speaking of gritty, so I just finished the Let's Look for Scarfland. So if you haven't had a chance to have a look at that one, that's also pretty cool. Pretty nice indie game, very nice indie title, very promising. So that was pre-alpha access, or pre-early access. Yeah, let's do it like this here. Hardball 11, she doesn't have any more ammo. No, she doesn't. Yeah, let's do it like this. There you go. See you later. And I'm going to link it. And here's our favorite fruit merchant, Jacek. Hey there. Are you hungry for some tasty apples or fruit of the shooting and killing variety? Yeah, let's do the shooting variety here. So do you have anything interesting? You do have some ammo, or even several. 12 of these here, that's not bad. Let's take everything. This here is Parabellum. We're taking everything. Also, this will make... oh yeah, here, for the special pistol. This will make Trudograd much safer, of course, right? That's already 646 rubles. Barrel support. The hammer weight. Reflex sight, the comfortable grip. No, it's nothing. No, we have everything. We have all of that. Okay, and then he's got 900 rubles. Well, we have the sword off. And then 376 rubles. Do we have anything else that we could give him? Not the lieutenant. Hex keeps this here. No, we are out of loot. Ah, but that's fine. So then he's got 376 left. And we got the ammo. We're not buying the shotgun shells. Trading like so. Thank you, bye man. And here, the Russian rounds go to the lieutenant for the Smith & Wesson. The Parabellum for the Mauser. And these 3 shots here. And this shrapnel, yeah. I should have brought this other weapon. It's kind of fun. This one shot for this here. This one shot shotgun pistol type thing. That's pretty cool. Although I think it was also the rifle skill, right? So then let's get out of here. Oh, just a second. Let's go to the pharmacy. To the pharmacy guy, but I think collecting our share. You were at my side all along. Repeat after me, there are no root vegetables but turnips, and Turna is their goddess. bug the pharmacist. Hey there, I've come for my fair share. You should return in 5 days. Oh yeah, so you're keeping really good track there, huh? So we just found something. Here, let's put the Casparamid away. Didn't we just get something else that we could sell? Or possibly not, huh? No, okay. Oh well. He's got some money there. I mean, we've got lots of joints in our stash. I could have brought more of them, but yeah. So far, I'm not sure if there's even anything where we really need a lot of money in the game left, but who knows? I mean, on the other hand, like, we've not even seen a flamethrower yet, so I don't think that, you know, I think the game's end is far away, actually. So, Mikaluch's Tavern. I don't think the day is over yet, but let's try it. Let's go here. But there's no trader here. Well, let's just have a look. So there is a guy waiting in here, a passerby, but I think it's not time yet, huh? Although there is a person here. Let's look at her. Hey, hello there, comrade. You came to the wrong table again, comrade. Well, you know, I don't even know your name, but I have the feeling that this is actually exactly the right table. Ugh, but I'm so sad. But well, I'm so sad. And who is he? Is this the guy we want to talk to? Aha! This man quickly attracts our attention. He seems lost, meaning he's not a local, but his air of confidence shows he isn't completely clueless either. Oh, I am waiting for you, yes? Now that the man is addressing us, there's no doubt. He speaks with a slight accent which we cannot place. Well, maybe. Who are you? My name is Francis Liao. You are the Guelo Eric radioed me about, no? Yes, I'm here about that job. The job. Very well. Forgive my rudimentary language skills, Guelo. I shall try to describe the mission in the best words I know. In case of not understanding... Oh, sorry, I should probably call... he's actually speaking differently. He's speaking like this. Very well. Forgive my rudimentary language skills, Guelo. I shall try to describe the mission in the best words I know. In case of not understanding, do not hesitate to ask questions. Alright, what's your proposal? My organization, the conglomerate, needs to see the schematics for a certain filter. A local factory once planned to produce this item, but later bowed out due to a lack of resources. Thanks to Professor Golyachev, a factory worker and partner of yours, I have learned every necessary detail. Aha, is that so? I know the plans for the filter are all kept in a safe inside the senior manager's office. Mr. Shelbatov, he is called. I also know of a more significant problem. The folder with the schematics is removed from the factory at night. It is kept in the office only during the day, but then it is guarded. Aha. Taking pictures of the plant is work for brave and resourceful, no, but also for one who wishes to earn a hearty 1,000 of your local currency. And a valuable item, yes? Aha, what can you tell us about Goryachev? A very useful man. He was sold us several schematics from the factory. His disappearance brought a halt to many of my employers' ambitions. It also filled me with fear for my own life. What if he was eliminated by those who know of my operation? And how did you meet him? That is classified. All I am able to say is that Professor Golyachev wanted very much to leave Trudograd. For this he needed money. Money which I gave him in exchange for his help. After he vanished and my other agent stopped responding, I was met with despair. Oh, that doesn't sound good, yeah? Tell us about the other agent. That is also classified, Guelo. Okay, and what about this conglomerate? I mean, we've never really heard of it, right? Like, never, ever before. We are a large organization from the east. So far to the west, to the east, we have no plans for this area. Aside from our small knowledge exchange program. The goal of our board of directors is to guarantee humanity's survival and preserve the heritage of the past. Or rather, the heritage of the past. And what is this filter and why do you need it? As with all filters, this one is placed in a stream. It blocks the unwanted bits of the flow and lets the beneficial ones through. However, the technology we are discussing is much superior to anything we've used before. Mankind needs this device for prosperity and a long life. And how are we going to get pictures of the schematic? In this case, we shall, as Russians say, battle file with the beneficial aid of file. To acquire these high-tech schematics for the conglomerate, you will use another techno-marvel, a miniature camera. This device will save you the trouble of carrying the physical folder with the plans. Isn't that wise, Guelo? I see. Well, it is certainly wise, you know. Like, we've never seen a working camera, though. Well, and think about it, this is our answer to your offer. Hey, hold on. You're not going to go along with this, are you? Industrial espionage against the city is a serious crime. Well, Lieutenant Razin, we are not talking about weapon plants, buddy. Trudograd will only lose its monopoly on one piece of minor technology. A loss for the bigwigs, but a win for humanity. If you wish to be my partner, remember this. I don't care what I do, as long as there's money in it. No. Well, you know. Right on, look for traders elsewhere, Francis. Psst, I'm trying to win his trust to learn more about the conglomerate and you are ruining it for me. Yeah, psst. Now it's actually, yeah, but it's a win for humanity, isn't it? Although I wouldn't count on it that these guys here would actually share it, but we're not talking about weapon plants, yeah, it's just a filter. And by the way, okay, I'm not sure, like, would Trudograd actually lose economic power by that? Trudograd will only lose its monopoly on one piece of minor technology, yeah. A loss for the bigwigs, yeah. But a win for humanity, I think so. It's a win for humanity, isn't it? Always the altruist. Filters make clean water for people to drink after all. Well, I suppose you're right. No harm is spreading such technology around the world. Yes, exactly, Lieutenant Razin. The words you spoke I'll collect. Now I await your reply, Guelo. So be it, I'll help. Francis gives us a stiff bow, then fishes around in his pockets. A moment later he produces a matchbox-sized camera and places it in our outstretched hand. Oh, that's a small one, huh? Like, that thing alone was worth the effort, I would think. Take this technological wonder and go. Remember, you will need to think on your feet, possibly a great deal. The plans can be found in Mr. Shelbatov's office, but only during the day. The doors will be guarded, and the only access is through the very strict secretary lady. The strict secretary lady. Oh, Francis, so you took a liking to her looks as well, huh? Make yourself a friend of the shadows. Slink cat-like inside, or pursue employment as a worker. All crawl through the mouse hole. You will only need a minute alone with the schematics to take the photos. Zunyo Hao Yun. Hold on. First, let's talk about some general info aside from the mission. The conglomerate allows superiors to speak with their underlings only in certain situations described in the corporate code of conduct. With you, however, I will make an exception to this rule. Okay, where are you staying? Surely not in this joint, huh? This is secret information. Certain people must remain ignorant of my refuge in the city. Understand, Guelo? Understand, Guelo, that I do not suspect you of being a spy. However, if such people ever find you, you might reveal this information under torture. If I stay silent, you will have nothing to say and simply die in agony. Oh, well, Francis, but wouldn't that be a strong argument, you know, that I would get to know something? But well, where did you search for tech before coming to Trudograd? Before I came to Trudograd, Lady Luck showed me her wrinkled backside. I was on an expedition to the north, tasked to monitor a commune of people living in a pre-war bunker. It was said these people had no cattle, no crops, and never hunted, yet always had a store of food. That sounds like paradise. I dreamt of finding a high-tech metal reconfiguration machine in the depths of their underground home, but the reality was far less exciting. My agents discovered that the bunker dwellers snuck into surrounding villages through a network of tunnels and simply stole their food from others. Oh, that was rather mundane, huh? A mundane explanation. Do you like the city? A good settlement for both work and pleasure, no? Advanced enough to hold secrets worth uncovering, wide enough to access said secrets for a low price, or even in exchange for a bottle of vodka. Francis. Okay. So, you have made the acquaintance of vodka, huh, I guess. So, do you know any juicy rumors? We conducted a rather hurried inspection of the area before I was sent here. According to this data, there are two imminent conflicts in the city. One interior, one exterior. But why waste time talking about it? You will experience them soon enough, Guelo. Oh, that sounds very menacing. Can we change the subject then? That scares us. I would be pleased to talk business, displeased to discuss abstractions. Well, you know, one question still bothers me. What's your role inside the conglomerate? This is not a question to provoke long discussion. I rank as the 7th of 9 senior procurement managers of the tertiary Universal Investigation Division of the corporate block Lingyi. Well, that sounds like... So you're middle management, huh? Or lower middle management. But remain calm. This does not mean you should address me as royalty or stop blinking in my presence, Guelo. I do not care for such formalities, especially when I do not wish to call attention to myself. Okay. Well, it would be hard to stop blinking, I guess. Unless we were a psychopath, of course, and I'm not sure. I don't think we are. But yeah, let me ask a few more questions. You know what? Let's change the... Welp, I don't think I think we need to go. I would be pleased to talk business. Now, we don't have any more business. Let's get down to the business then. See you later. Alright. That gave us quite some experience though. Still roughly 7,000 away here. Hex has 3,000 or so. So he's actually the closest one, I guess. Oh, yeah. Oh, we are all rather together there. 3,000. And he's got... Yeah, I think Razin is the closest one. Okay. But for the moment, we can go on. Okay, so... We gained a mini camera. Oh, this here. Real miracle of technology. This miniature camera is discreet and virtually silent. The only downside is that it's so small one can easily lose it. Oh. Well, so let's be careful in our very, very cramped backpack there. It's okay, brother. Soon our time will come. Be Truvit the cook. The authorities will soon make us tighten our belts. Why? I don't wanna seem pushy, but this firewood ain't gonna chop itself. Well, time to jump into action. Okay. Well then, it's going to chop the firewood then, I guess. Time to make yourself useful, I guess. Well then, so that's good. So we found the guy already. And we need to go back to the factory anyway, so that's actually a good thing. Not sure if this is if it's really a good thing to give these Chinese the you know, access to the tech, but on the other hand, like if it's a water filter or so, I don't see any problems unless they use it for something bad. Without warning, an iron manhole cover flips up into the air, and well, more northerners come out of the stinking steam. Why are they so hard to find lately, these guys? Usually they were hunting for us, and now they are there. They are. Rusty sword off, brick, rusty rifle. Are you guys coming? So the lieutenant is supposed to use the spiked club. And I think a rusty rifle... Let's shoot those guys. But rather... with the rusty rifle... Yeah, let's not use the metal bolts. That's a waste. But where's our Kalashnikov? Here. Our AK. There you go. So let's do an aimed shot into this guy's head, and then we should have the initiative on that guy. Into the eyes, and what? Only 15. Oh, come on. Well, then let's shoot a burst. He surely has more ammo, right? So this... Oh, and it's only a chance of 64. And let's run forward like so. Now it's 98, yeah. Then let's do a burst. What the? What is happening? Does he have body armor? He doesn't. Why are we so bad? Well. Then the lieutenant, you can use this one. And Hex. No, Hex, you are going to be aggressive. Oh, crap! Hex, I want you to attack the guy, hit this one. And the lieutenant, you need to be aggressive, and you need to shoot with your pistol at that one. Or rather, with the other one. So we need to get out of the way here. Like that. It's coming around. Hex, get out of the... Don't get into the way. Yeah, very good. Yeah, good. Alright, got him. I mean, we've got several hundred shots of everything, so it doesn't really concern us too much, but still. It's always good, you know, to be careful and... Here, hitting him in the eyes. And then one more. X, I'd like you to actually attack this one here. And you need to switch your weapon, and I'd like you to attack that one as well. He even has the military cap or something, huh? 16. Oh, well. Double barrel. Oh god. Crit. X beat him up. Yeah, I've got the shield. That's not a problem. Maybe. Oh, also stunned now. Well, let's beat him up a bit. And then this one. Good. And then I'd like you, however, to attack this guy first. While Hex, you move away. Why can he only go there, I wonder? But well. Ending the turn. And then that's it. Why would you do that? Why would you go back? Oh, the brick came through. Okay, well. Let's go here. You need to attack that guy first. Okay, so, and then we are just waiting here. That guy's getting up. This is a Kasparamid. Yeah, well. Maybe there's also a thing that it's not even possible to do the finisher in the armor. That would be sad. Ending the turn. Let's still try it. Well, we really sunk up the damage there. Angry refugee. Angry refugees? Like, why are they angry, and especially why did they attack us? Okay, well, technically we attacked them, but they came out of the hole, right? We don't want the brick. There. And then this one. Oh yeah, that's a lot of good stuff there. Oh, he had a lot of ammo actually on him. Not bad. 121 kilograms. And then where's the other guy? There were 3. Ah, here. Ah, yeah. Oh yeah, good. So 8 shots. That's more or less what we actually spent on them, but well. Lieutenant, take everything, and there we go. So that was a cool battle, though, and it showed that the enemy, they are always, you know, they have viable weapons. They can harm us, by the way. Well, our AK was kind of underperforming there. We should eat some meat. Let's have a little barbecue here. There's some trash and plastics that we can burn, so there is some really... Oh, wanna get liquored up? This is the place. And the Grandmaster's walking away. We have 179. Yeah, let's eat 2 meats, and we have only 200. Or let's eat 3. There, only 200 hunger. Cooking, roasting, proteins to repair our damage in our protein structure. So okay, then let's get out of here. Rather, is there anything here with this kiosk? We are standing near Paramatch kiosk. Squeaking and other strange noises come from within. Oh goodness. According to the stained paper stuck to the kiosk, a juicy Paramatch costs 30 rubles. We can also get a glass of moonshine for 15. Well, I mean, we just had our fill of good red meat, right? Good radioactive red meat. So, I wanna get liquored up? Yeah, maybe next time. Thank you. Okay, then here we are at Trudograd docks. And let's talk to the wife. Let's see what kind of wife the guy has. I mean, I would think that she actually has a good character if she has such a cool and strong-willed guy. Question is, she was living near the jeweler, right? Where's the guy? Here. Maybe here. Or there. Is this the one? No one here. I wonder if she's a housewife or if she is working. Katarina Petrova. Ah, yeah. So this here is the wife, huh? Oh, I think we already talked to her. There. Ah, yeah, she looks actually quite kind. The exhausted lady greets us with a tired frown. Did you want something? I thought I'd drop by to ask a few questions. Ask away, I could use a little distraction. Katarina, remind us, what do you do for a living? While my husband spends his days working at the factory, I do odd jobs like cleaning old kettles. Together we scrounge up just enough to make ends meet. Oh. And what can you tell us about Trudograd? Everything about the city is satisfactory. I just hope we never have another war. Okay, any rumors you care to pass on? I told you everything I've heard. Okay, thank you. You've been nicer than most, actually, Katarina. So, you are the wife of labor union leader Petrov, right? Like, now that your name is Petrova. The freelance police are investigating him, you know. The woman starts to shiver. Oh dear lord, what has he done now? Well, nothing so far, but if he continues agitating against factory management, you might just end up a widow. He infected all the prostitutes in the brothel with some weird disease. Discoloration, irregular bumps. I'd check myself if I were you. No, let's not do that. That would be too unkind. She doesn't deserve that. You know he's planning a strike and management is planning a firing squad. They already bought the bullets and everything. Yeah, he's been running with a bad crowd, you know. They are kind of some weird, filthy revolutionaries, you know. And now he's organizing a strike. Did I just save the game? I hope so, because we want to explore this one. I think she's got a very kind face. Yeah. So I'm not sure if this is going to discourage them. He's planning a strike and management is planning a firing squad. They already bought the bullets and everything. Oh my god, I knew it. What should I do? Maybe you could get him away from the factory. Please, send him to jail for a few days. Just don't let him get killed. I tried talking to him. It was no use. Now I have to murder you to teach him a lesson? No, what? No, we're not doing that. Maybe after catching a bullet or two, he'll understand who he's messing with. Hell, he might even repent. And we add grimly. And then he'll die a changed man. No, that's not gonna work, but if his loving wife were to remind him where his true priorities lie, maybe he'd give up the strikes and speeches if I threatened to leave him, but I could never go through with it. He'll know it's an empty threat. Yeah. It's worth a try. Come on, go to the factory and tell him what you think about his dangerous hobby. Maybe together. No, I have a better idea. I'll put my thoughts on paper. The woman grabs a sheet of paper and begins scribbling. Looking over her shoulder, we spot some very hurtful words. Seems she's threatening Petrov with divorce unless he gives up his union activities. Delightfully devilish, partner. Now I know what Shapkevich sees in you. With talents like this, you should be a politician. Here, give this note to my husband. I wrote down exactly what I think about his work and the union and said I'll return to my mother in Astrakhan unless he stops messing with management. And if he won't listen to reason, I really will leave. I've had enough of this life. Katarina, yeah. Okay. Thank you. High time I was on my way. I mean, okay, yeah, so the thing is, like, the guy, I'm not sure, but I guess if he's with the union and stuff, he's not working so much, so he also doesn't get so much money, right? But on the other hand, it's also important that people do something like that, like for everybody, workers' rights. Okay, I time I was on my way. We gained wife's ultimatum. A note written in fine handwriting by Petra's wife. It looks very personal. Volodya, I thought about this long and hard and I decided to leave for Astrakhan if you continue rocking the boat at the factory. My mom will give me shelter. I am tired of living through this nightmare. I am tired of thinking each day that I might become a widow soon. I don't want to do this, but I will. Do the right thing. Love, you, Katarina. Well, let's see. Then we need to go back, huh? Well, let's go to the merchants first. So, and sell the stuff. Shofkin, hello there, sir. What can I do to improve your life this fine day? Well, let's see what you have. Oh, the ring of betrothal. Oh God, if only we had a lady we could give it to, and he only buys consumables and medicine, yeah. But by the way, he doesn't, is he buying this one? No. I don't deal in illegal goods, sorry. So, yeah. We got some stuff, right? But it's not worth much. But we got more triple cologne, so you can have that. Kasparamid. More cognac, but let's keep that. Oh, the ring of betrothal. If only we had a lady to call love and to call home. So. Then let's go here. That's our uncle friend. And this here, that was the merchant. Wasn't that the brothel or something? Oh no, this, oh yeah, we are inside, of course. Okay, well, here. Lara. What can I do for you? Something to drink? Well, let's see what you have. You have 143 rubles and we don't... Well, we have some vodka here, but I don't want to get rid of the cognac. Yeah, you can have the vodka. And how about the head of cheese here? Because we don't want to lose our personality by stinking out of the throat like old cheese. And then you can have those rubles. We can have those rubles, I mean. So here, yeah. So, okay, thank you. Yeah, and I think we had our fun with all the ladies, right? Or did we actually? Like, statistics. 4? Actually, I don't think so. Like, there are way more inside. And didn't we... Like, there's Nadia, Veronica, Mistress Agnieszka, and the other one that has this role-playing going on. Well, but yeah, let's not do it right now, so... We would have the money, though. But I don't believe in this form of service so much. Not for money. Here and here, there, because we have some weapons to sell, right? And I think our uncle here... Hello, uncle. How are you doing? I'm listening, Pinjin. Let's trade. Ah, yeah, no, you were also only buying consumables and medicine, right? Yeah. That's so sad because you have so much money. Yeah, maybe we will bring you our supplies of devil weeds roll the joints at some point. So, well then, let's go back to the factory then. And let's see, machine factory. Oh yeah, we're getting through without fuss. That's good. Entering. And then let's go to the office. And then we've got a good reason to talk to the guy again, so... maybe that will impress the secretary. Here. So, I always had trouble finding this building for some reason, but it's just the first on the left. Okay, so let's go in here. Saving. Petrov, how many times are you going to threaten me? You won't get the result. Well, you know, this conversation isn't over yet. First, take a look at what your wife wrote you. I want to talk to you about the upcoming strike. Come on. I told you everything. Now you can do whatever you like. Go pay Spiridonov a visit if you want, or perhaps jump off a bridge. I don't care either way. Just don't waste your time on me. Come on, Petrov. Think about this. This conversation isn't over yet. First, take a look at what your wife wrote you. When we lose the wife's ultimatum. When Petrov recognizes his wife's handwriting, he snatches the paper from our hands, quickly goes through the short letter and looks up. What the hell? Leave me? Would she really go to Astrakhan? Oh man, hey asshole! You threatened her to get her to write this, didn't you? No, I simply told her what's going to happen if you go on causing problems for management. Leaving you was her idea. She'll leave you if you keep acting up, and she'll cuck you with every man who can get it up while you're preaching about labor rights, you Marxist fuck. Okay, let's say this here. I sympathize, citizen, but it had to be done to ensure stability in Trudograd. I think the first one, but let's say this here just for the entertainment. She'll leave you if you keep acting up, and she'll cuck you with every man who can get it up while you are preaching about labor rights, you Marxist fuck. And by the way, Petrov, you should know more about Marx. He was a really bad guy. And if you don't believe that, find the video about who was Marx really at TIK History. The union leader falls absolutely silent. After a few moments, he spits on the floor at our feet and mumbles, "You're a real piece of work, aren't you? So be it. My guys will sit out the revolutionary activities this time, but you can't intimidate and blackmail every one of us. Consider that a warning." Well, I am sorry that it had to come to this. You left me no other choice. Yeah, let's be kinder. I want to be kind. And also, like, I mean, I do sympathize, but at this moment, like a strike right now when the Northerners are threatening the city. By the way, what's this? Looks like an adventure book or something. Oh, and there's Lenin. The second primary psychopath of the Marxist movement and stuff. Although, well, they were Leninists, Marxists, whatever. So here, this conversation isn't over yet. First, take a look at what your wife wrote you. What the hell? Leave me? You threatened her to get her to write this, didn't you? No, I simply told her what's going to happen if you go on causing problems for management. Leaving you was her idea. The union leader falls absolutely silent. After a few moments, he spits on the floor at our feet and mumbles, "You're a real piece of work, aren't you? So be it. My guys will sit out the revolutionary activities this time, but you can't intimidate and blackmail every one of us. Consider that a warning." We nod and leave. Yep, we feel warned. So then let's explore what it is if we are going the formal road. So, yeah. I sympathize, citizen, but it had to be done to ensure stability in Trudograd. The union leader falls absolutely silent. After a few moments, he spits on the floor at our feet and mumbles, "You're a real piece of work, aren't you? So be it. My guys will sit this one out." Yeah, okay. So, I feel best with the first answer. So I mean, it's probably or most likely it won't make a difference. But I simply told her what's going to happen. Yeah, I'm sorry that it had to come to this. You left me no other choice. Yeah, it's true. So then let's talk to the boss, and this should give us the opportunity. And maybe we are actually let's wear the ski hat. That's plus 10 stealth. Didn't we have something better? The warm kepi. The rooster hat. This one was also the knit cap. Let's have this one. For 10 stealth increase. Saving. Hey there, Emma. What do you want, mister? Nothing special. Just wanted to talk to the boss and just checking in on you. Okay, so... And... Like, where was it now? Francis Liao asked me to photograph a blueprint of a certain filter which is kept in the office of the factory manager Sherbatov. Problem is the blueprint is locked in a safe. Sherbatov? This is Spiridonov. Oh. There. The guard lazily counts the ammo in his mag. He doesn't seem like the friendly sort. Oh, and he's also an Asian. Well, now listen carefully. We are sharing Francis Liao's plan. The guard looks skeptical at first, but when we mention the conglomerate and tell him about Liao's miniaturized camera, his demeanor changes drastically. He says nothing until we are finished. That's quite the story, my guy. Thanks for the report. What are you going to do now? No, we need to catch that bugger. I'm gonna radio the guys. Where did you say you met him? At Mikhail's place? Give me a sec. The guard pulls out his radio and after a few minutes of fiddling with the frequency, finally reaches someone. Then he repeats the main details about the conglomerate's agent and his scheme. Seems like this isn't the first time someone's gone after the factory's secrets. On my honor, the bastard won't escape this time. What's gonna happen to Francis Liao now? First we'll interrogate him, then we'll either drown him in the nearest outhouse or hand him over to the secret police. If he's lucky, he'll get the outhouse. I think we should rather infiltrate that conglomerate. I think we should go along with this, and then we can rise in the ranks and see what they're up to. I think that's much smarter. How do we get in there, though? Oh, move on without attracting his attention. By the way, Lieutenant. Can we go yet? Let's go. It's like, everything is clear. No, here, there, the armor. Time to get out of that thing. So, and now, because he got the level right, Lieutenant Razin, yeah. Where's the beret? Not here. Hex, I think you have the beret, yeah. Good. Lieutenant Razin. What the? Now this again. So, Hex. This weapon Hex is at 85. Here, so. Can you take it now? Yes, good. Put it on. And why are you not wearing your armor buddy? And by the way, and why are you not wearing your duffel bag there? So. Saving again, so. Okay, come to that. Hey, well. Can you tell me about heard any good rumors? The guard shakes his head. How do we get in there? I wonder. Or maybe we need to tell this guy and then we are getting access to the other one. Because I think Spiridonov was the Even a lower rank, right? Spiridonov? Hey, what do you want? I really hope you have some news about Petrov. Yeah, I wanted to talk about him. What news do you bring? In the end, all it took to change Petrov's mind was a word from his wife. Spiridonov laughs loudly and claps his hands once in delight. Ah, classic! I never knew her opinion meant so much to him. We could have taken advantage of that a long time ago. But anyway, all's well that ends well. The police force should be proud of you. Well, don't you think we earned a little extra for our troubles? Yeah, I guess you're right. Here's a small token of my gratitude. 100 rubles. Well, that guy's really not very generous, right? It's better than nothing. Now can I ask a few questions? But we take it, of course. I'm terribly busy, but you did resolve a very messy situation for me. Okay, I think I know the solution. I'll give you 5 minutes during which all your questions will be answered. Deal? Okay. Well, what problems does the factory have? A better question is, what problems doesn't it have? The fact we postponed the strike doesn't change the attitude problem of some of our workers, but I believe we can win them back. And what do you do around here, Spiridonov? I'm assistant manager of this factory. My duties include managing personnel, tracking their time, and handling delivery logistics for our big clients. Tell us about this factory. The factory is doing the best it can in these troubled times. I'd call the situation positive rather than negative. Before, I'd have said different, but I have a new outlook on things now. Yes, everything is running very smoothly indeed. And what did you think before? I'm kind of curious to know. Ah, yeah, very good. We get some extra experience here. Well, I was incredibly naive when I was first hired into management. I was inspired by tall tales about the managers of the past, how they were like fathers to their men, how everyone worked together for a better future. But my boss, Mr. Sherbetov, quickly showed me the truth of things. Between us and the common worker is a vast gulf which cannot be crossed. Take Petrov, for example. People in the factory follow this brute because he's one of them, a rude, soiled, uneducated simpleton. And they hate us managers just because we are more sophisticated. There can be no friendship or cooperation between us and them. Not even the best supervisor could make that happen. These masses can only be ruled, firmly governed. Yes, but enough about that. Any more questions? Oh, Spiridonov. I think there is a middle ground there, buddy. But maybe I'm also naive, who knows? And any rumors you care to share? The only rumors that interest me are the ones concerning those so-called... We had a crash, so... But maybe we should... let's talk to the secretary. So we couldn't talk to the guy. And I would rather get the level. Not sure if talking with this guy here would actually give the level. And I don't want the guys to get civil. This woman is working through a pile of printed documents. She doesn't even lift her head as we approach the... Ah, yeah, so... You are here for Mr. Sherbetov? Yes, yeah, sure I am. Yeah, so she's his secretary and the other was for the other one, right? Yeah, sure I am. The secretary finally stops what she's doing and turns to us with a tormented look. All of a sudden, her eyes grow wide and the pen falls from her hand as though she'd seen a foul spectre. Oh my good lord! What? What is it? Is my fly open? Or we react with emotionless silence. It wasn't me. They made me do it. No, what is it? Is my fly open? Quite don't, child. Plainly the poor woman is stunned by my manly frame. For though I am quite mature in years, these ragged clothes hide the body of a young Adonis. No wonder a woman still swoon when... I'm sorry. I wasn't looking at you. I just mistook your boy for someone else. The woman studies our face for a moment and slowly shakes her head as if chasing away an unpleasant daydream. What? It's your face. You look just like Mr. Sherbetov's son. God rest his soul. No matter. You're here to fix the leaky radiator, right? Yes, of course. Let me at him. We are good at fixing things. Good. Mr. Sherbetov shouldn't suffer that drafty room a moment longer. What's the point of a radiator if it doesn't produce heat? Yeah, sure. I mean, it's cold outside, right? The secretary coughs discreetly and addresses the guard whose bulk is blocking the path to the manager's office. This one is from the Corporate Living Conditions Management team. Let him through, please. What can you tell us about Mr. Sherbetov's son that I resembled so much? Oh, it's a sad story. The boy was a real daredevil, always trying to impress his father and to make a name for himself without his support. That's why he took that job as the mountain pass of Wu's caravan guard. Oh, well, we've heard of the mountain pass of Wu's, huh? Mr. Sherbatov didn't want his son joining the expedition, even sent men to stop the lad. But the rascal tricked them and ran off anyway. I'll never forget how he looked on his final day. His lucky Fernandelka hat, his leather breastplate, his favorite bronze amulet of Saint Seriosha around his neck. No, the other guy that was the cook. The cook with the warlord daughter. The poor thing never returned. Apparently he was torn apart by mutant bear crickets. Since then, Mr. Sherbatov started having heart and insomnia problems. It pains me so much to see him like this. He's withering away and there's nothing we can do to help. Well, I'm sorry for his loss, but do I really look like his son? Well, from certain angles and certain lights, yeah, I suppose you are. Okay, can I ask a few questions now? Yes, I'm all ears. So what's your name? Tatiana Podyacheva is the name. Nice to meet you. Okay, tell us about the factory. This place is truly sacrosanct. Before the war it was as influential as the inverter facility, but nowadays there's no contest. We are the best, not only in Trudograd, but maybe even in what remains of the country. Vehicles, all sorts of gizmos and gadgets. Where else are people still producing such goods? Even when this factory was just one of hundreds across the Soviet Union, even when inverter was held to be slightly more important, everyone loved us best. And I don't just mean ordinary folks, but people in positions of real power. Oh, would you like to expand on that? Did you know that most of the USSR's general secretaries paid official visits to this place? And every one of them had an epiphany of sorts while here. Like when Khrushchev witnessed a nitrogen tank malfunction. He was awed by the way a worker sprang into action, hammering a new valve onto the tank with his own shoe. Or when Brezhnev saw management turning metal scraps into medals, which were distributed to the workers for every conceivable achievement, including arriving on time 2 days in a row. Well, Tatiana, now that is indeed a grand deed, huh? Like arriving twice, 2 days after another on time. Or that time when Gorbachev spent nearly 10 hours watching the disassembly of outdated machinery. He found that process weirdly mesmerizing for some reason, and those are only a few of the stories this factory's walls could tell. Wow, and do you have other rumors to share? Are you interested in gourmet cuisine? If so, join me and a whole army of others who dream of getting into the secret restaurant of legendary chef Ramses the Cook. My god, I hope the rumors of his terrible death are false. Ramses the Cook, wasn't that the guy, the cannibal? Or something. Especially that one where he was manacled to the ceiling and sawn in half from the groin up for disparaging Tula's famous sweet rolls. No, that's gruesome. And what can you tell us about the city? I'm awfully happy that I got to live in Trudograd. This city is a miniature version of the country we all lost. It was founded by Vlad Turbin, the heroic revolutionary of old, and on land where the blood of many a nation was spilled. Nevertheless, Trudograd survived all the troubles and wars practically unharmed. It will survive me and you as well, I'll wager. Well, Tatiana, you seem to be quite a knowledgeable person there. Okay, thank you for sharing that. Can you remind us more about Sherbatov's son? A hint of suspicion flashes in the woman's eyes, but she shakes her head as if chasing the thought away and replies, do you also think about that poor boy's fate from time to time? It is indeed a tragic tale. I'll still recall how he dressed up for his final voyage. His lucky Fernandelka hat, his leather breastplate, his favorite bronze amulet of Saint Seriosha around his neck. What an unnecessary, regrettable death. I wonder if we could dress up like the guy. A leather breastplate, Fernandelka hat, and the bronze amulet of Saint Seriosha. Yeah, it's very tragic. Anyway, gotta run. Fernandelka hat. What's that? So we got quite some experience here. I hope we are not getting into the level area of the Hexogen. No, we shouldn't. Okay. No, I don't think so. Now it's just 1000 for Razin. And with hexogen, it is 1,500. Do we have a leather breastplate? We found no. That was the thorny armor. Sanseriosha, a bronze amulet. I wonder if we could dress up like the sun. Fernandelka hat. What was a Fernandelka? That's a warm kepi. Chinese cap. The hedgehog amulet. By the way, where do we need to put that? It would also be for the glasses, because there are also amulets that increase the attention, huh? But only for 1 point. Fernandelka. Tja. That would be an interesting thing to do, probably. Well, let's go in. And then we need to, I guess we need to talk to the guy. Mr. Sherbetov looks up from the... and I feel very sympathetic to the guy, like that he's withering away and everything. That speaks for him. So he can't be, you know... I don't think that he's like a really bad psychopath or something. Because such a person would probably be unaffected by a death of a close family member or something. Unless he was really thinking of himself like, you know, founding a grand dynasty or something. And then he only thinks about his goals and losing the son as the successor or something. Mr. Sherbetov looks up from the pile of documents spread out before him, but at that very instant, whatever he'd been about to say sticks in his throat. The man grows deathly pale and makes a rattling sound as he tries to swallow. Oh! Oh! The man gazes up, inspects us from head to toe, and finally relaxes. When he begins speaking, his voice falters, and he's clearly straining not to lose his train of thought. Oh, it's just that I feel as though I've seen you somewhere before. No matter. What are you doing in my office? You think you saw me? Where? I came to tell you the chairman wants to see you now. No, you think you saw me? Where? Yes, I'd advise you to get to work, young man. Fix the radiator and stop bothering me. Excuse me, sir. I came to tell you the chairman... could I ask you a few questions? Easy there. Continue acting like this, and your supervisor will hear about it from me. Oh, sorry. Okay, I came to tell you the chairman wants to see you now. As a master of negotiation, it's no great effort for us to fool even this experienced businessman. He falls for our trick like a school kid. I don't know why I believe you, young man, but I do. There, we got the level. I'll go see the chairman right away. You watch my office. Sure thing, don't worry, I'll be right here. Good, very good. And then Razin, quickly give the beret to Hex. And you put that one on. Very good. We are saving the game. The guy is out of here. Then let's get there. Oh, can we maybe unlock it? Oh yeah, here. What? We failed to open the lock? Come on, try it again. Yeah, very good. And here. We opened the safe disappointingly. It's not filled to the brim with government secrets, treasure maps, and thick bundles of cash. Only a single mundane red document case lies inside. We wonder if it really deserves so much protection. Attention searched the rest of the safe. Unfortunately, our attention is not so high. Oh, crap. Apart from the folder, the safe is completely empty. At least that's what our eyeballs are telling us. No, let's do this. I'm reloading, and we are using a med kit for our eyes. Let's do that. And be careful. Hex, you are wearing this here. We need to use a med kit. And where's the med kit? Let's hope the guy is not coming back. Come on. Be quick. Be quick about it. There. Using it on ourselves. There. And then here. Failed to open the lock. There we have it. Attention, search the rest of the safe. Success. We peer into the dark depths of the safe until we finally spot a tiny 1 ruble coin, deciding that Sherbetov must have forgotten, and there we grab it. Or is it a lucky ruble? Carefully open the folder. Inside we find just what we expected. A bunch of equations and technical drawings on several sheets of A4 paper, as well as a small attached note. Study the cryptic schematics with our technology skill. Success. A quick glance at the schematics is enough to tell us this is no water filtration project. The plans constantly reference 1C22 decoder, electrical activity in the human brain, and BDP4 projects. How curious. Study the note with the explanation. We read the following. Development must be postponed. Our lagging progress on the necessary technology combined with the lack of funding makes further progress impossible. These documents must never fall into the hands of any faction or government capable of producing this tech at scale. That's all the explanation we'll be getting. Oh! Well, let's take the pictures of the schematics. We snap a quick picture of each sheet, praying that the camera is working correctly. When we are finished, we put the folder back exactly where we found it. Or maybe we shouldn't have taken the ruble, huh? Being a bad spy there. Now they know that someone has been there. Oh, open the folder again and read the attached note. No, step away from the safe. Okay. By the way, what is here? Oh, there's something. Sherbatov's memo, a crumpled piece of paper with some obscure text in a safe code. Reading. This month's safe code 2378. Important. This is a major asset for our production only, not for sale. This technology cannot fall into our enemies' hands. The conglomerate Atom, the oil barons, and the Guangzhou must never even learn of its existence. Well, and he's got brass knuckles there. Okay, well then we're getting out of there. Oh no, here the nightstand. And well, let's take that. So I wonder what it was. Like Tatiana. Yeah, I wanted to ask a few general questions. Okay, no. And this one here, Emma Bluboski. What do you want, mister? Nothing special. Okay. Okay, so the guy left completely, huh? Well. So, I think we are still doing pretty good here. Hex is... oh, extremely close to the next level. So, then, Hex, you are wearing the beret. Everything is check. We have the photos. I do feel that the Chinese shouldn't have that. I had a fruitful chat with one of the Unilever. The blueprint has been photographed. Now all I have to do is return the camera to Francis Liao in Mikaluch's tavern. Maybe we should turn the guy in, huh? That's Petrov. Let's talk to him and tell him about... and the game crashed during the conversation. Let's tell him about the union leader. What do you want? I really hope you have some news about Petrov. Yes, I wanted to talk about him. What news do you bring? Well, you know, in the end, all it took to change Petrov's mind was a word from his wife. Spiridonov laughs loudly. Oh, ho, 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 and claps his hands once in delight. Ha! A classic. I never knew her opinion meant so much to him. We could have taken advantage of that a long time ago. But anyway, all's well that ends well. The police force should be proud of you. Duh, don't you think I earned a little extra for my troubles? Success. Yeah, I guess you're right. Here's a small, or rather, I guess you are right. Here's a small token of my gratitude, 100 rubles. Well, comrade, factory boss Spiridonov, you are very generous, aren't you? A very generous person there. Well, it's better than nothing. Now can I ask a few questions? I'm terribly busy, but you did resolve a very messy situation for me. Okay. I think I know the solution. I'll give you 5 minutes during which all your questions will be answered. Deal? Okay, so what problems does the factory have? A better question is, what problems doesn't it have? The fact we postponed the strike doesn't change the attitude problem of some of our workers, but I believe we can win them back. What do you do around here, Spiridonov? I'm assistant manager of this factory. My duties include managing personnel, tracking their time, and handling delivery logistics for our big clients. Tell us about this factory. The factory is doing the best it can in these troubled times. I'd call the situation positive rather than negative. Before, I'd have said different, but I have a new outlook on things now. Yes, everything is running very smoothly indeed. Okay. What did you think before? I'm kind of curious to know. Aha. And Hex gets a level. Very good. Success. Well, I was incredibly naive when I was first hired into management. I was inspired by tall tales about the managers of the past, how they were like fathers to their men, how everyone worked together for a better future. But my boss, Mr. Sherbetov, quickly showed me the truth of things. Between us and the common worker is a vast gulf which cannot be crossed. Take Petrov, for example. People in the factory follow this brute because he's one of them. A rude, soiled, uneducated simpleton, and they hate us managers just because we are more sophisticated. Spiridonov, yeah, that's such a sad outlook on life, but actually he's also not entirely incorrect there, unfortunately, isn't he? But still. Yeah, I think he's probably just disillusioned, or maybe he's also just, he likes to think about himself as, that he tried everything and he's just living up to the reality. But I think the truth is probably more between these positions or something. I think he's actually just a bad guy. There can be no friendship or cooperation between us and them, and not even the best supervisor could make that happen. These masses can only be ruled, firmly governed. Yes, but enough about that. Any more questions? Yeah. Any rumors you'd care to share? The only rumors that interest me are the ones concerning the so-called revolutionary underground. Those lowlifes are shifting power more and more to the workers. They spread all these crazy stories about management treating them poorly. Obviously, none of these agitators have a background in economics. Otherwise, they wouldn't think the factory had money to spare for raises or that they are treated no better than indentured servants. Maybe we simply don't have the money to increase salaries? Did they ever think of that, huh? Well, I mean, like, your shoes, I hear your shoes are worth more than 1 month's salary. But we, on the other hand, we also don't know how long he actually saved money to get them, huh? Well, we need more information, but we don't get it here. So gotcha, well, we have to... I'm listening. So, do you know anything... do you know anything about the inverter factory? Only as much as anyone else, but I'm sure a feisty fellow like you wouldn't be scared to ask Minister Voronin about it. He managed inverter decommissioning after all. Aha, interesting information. Minister Voronin, huh? Okay, can I ask a few other questions? I'm all ears. Do you know any other rumors? Everything that interests me, I already told you. The rest is of no concern. Okay, so I think... Okay, it's time for me to be mosey, I guess, huh? Yeah, there's nothing else. See you later. Now that we are actually, like, can we actually look in here? It's locked. Oh, a friendly warning. All suspected thieves will be severely beaten. Oh, sorry. Okay. Then we shall go. It appears that our... did we also get a level there? No, sorry. Fortunately, actually. So, and here we have... Yeah, we need 4,000 more, but that's good. So Hex also got the level. You can put your helmet on. And Lieutenant as well. Very good, saving the game. And that's actually really good. Lieutenant Razin. We've got rifles 93 and we've got rifles only 50. Crap. But I kind of... I mean, we've got two weapon skills at 250 with them now. Yeah, but I mean, our main character here is the one that needs to be the utility guy more than anybody else. So in principle, Lieutenant Razin would actually be the one to use the anti-material rifle, right? Allows attacking with stocks of the weapons, governed by the skill with 100 weapons. Governed by the skill have a 11% chance to ignore armor. Experience for killing with the weapon governed by the skill increased by 100. Okay, well, I think we should definitely push this one to 100 now. And I feel that he's good enough. Although I also don't know, could it be that it depends on the skill level for the finisher? Martial arts, we have 290. We were never at the maximum, but we were above 250. Nah, probably not. And now the next level is again around 14,000 experience points away. Let's look at the stats. 8 strength, 95 rifles and shotguns. Okay. So in principle we could use it if we don't use a compensator. At 95. And the compensator where's the Kalashnikov here? Let's look at this one. This would be the best one. The Vortex Muzzle Brake that increases weapon skill requirement to plus 30. Okay. Well, we don't need anything with burst, so because the anti-material rifle is a one-shot weapon. Then let's look at Hex stuff. This is the Echo Flash. That's not just as good, but this could be one. But it would only be a 3% increase for an aimed shot. Is it actually worth it at all? This one doesn't have it. And this here also, we don't have anything. Well, then actually Lieutenant Razin is the one to look at. I wonder if we could have dressed up as a son for the guy. But I don't think that, and we don't have the brass amulet. But could it be that we found a brass amulet at some point? I don't remember it. Or let me just check it very quickly. I'm looking at my secondary screen here. Bronze amulet. No. No, there's nothing. Doesn't seem to exist. Okay. Then that would have been quite interesting though. But I mean, if you know anything, then do tell. Do tell and enlighten me and the community. So here, this is the flash suppressor, it's the 5, but plus 20, okay. But this could be a thing, like 5%. This is something we could do, 5%. And 20 plus 20, so that means we would have 115. So Lieutenant Razin, let's increase the skill to 115 then. And let's increase both of them for 1 point, like this. And then we have a chance to use it at least, and also to see the weapon in action. And it uses 8 points. You need 8 points of strength, and he has it with the armor. So we've got the ability here as well. And by the way, rifles and shotguns. What is this here? Fusilier. You get 1% to damage when shooting from shotguns for every second. Only shotgun, and here only rifles. Rifle shots pierce 1% of armor and get plus 1% to damage when shooting from rifles for every second level until the bonus reaches 10%. Lowers the chance of jamming when shooting from rusty rifles. Ability works retroactively. We could do this. Gunsmith, rifles and shotgun. You get 1% to damage when aim shooting body parts of humans, except body for every second level until the bonus reaches 10%. Hunter, you will always find their prey. You hit animals for double damage. Witcher, you hit mutated monsters for double damage. Okay, that sounds interesting. Amputator, all those pesky limbs are simply unnecessary. You get 1% to crit damage chance when aim shooting body parts from rifles and shotguns for every second level. Ability works retroactively. Chance to deal crit damage when aiming plus 14%. That seems to be pretty good. Night Shooter removes the penalty for aim shots during night time. Close Combat removes handicaps when firing rifles and shotguns point blank, and this double barrel, that's for only shotguns. Double barrel attacks grant 10% to knockout chance, single barrel attacks grant 5%. Extreme Prejudice is what you are projecting while shooting at your enemies. Every bullet in an automatic rifle burst that hits the same enemy at 2% to knockout chance and raises non-critical damage to 4. Panic Master, don't cry and call mommy. Killing an enemy with an especially brutal death animation has a 15% chance to cause a panic amongst the still living enemies in 5 square range. So I think when we are chopping off limbs with the melee weapons, this probably counts as an especially brutal death animation, huh? Manhunter, some say that man is the most dangerous of animals. Yeah, I think more than just some. Enemies standing in point blank range get 50% more damage when critically hit. If they die from such an attack, it always looks very gruesome. Oh yeah. Eagle Eye, aiming at vital organs usually does the job. You get 2% to crit damage chance when aim shooting in the head or eye from rifles with scope for every level until the bonus reaches 30%. Ability works retroactively as if taken on the first level. Chance to deal critical damage when aiming with scope is plus 30%. So this is really the sharpshooter thing. Proletarian with the shotgun. Even if your shotgun is armed with simple table salt, you can still... Can we do that? No, we can't. We can't load it with salt, right? You can still make your shots memorable for your enemies. You get 1% to critical effect chance when shooting from shotguns for every second level until the bonus reaches 24%. Oh yeah, that's a lot. Strong grip, aiming at vital organs usually does the job. Halves the spread when firing bursts and double barrel shotguns. Okay. So I think we could, now that we have quite some stuff here already, fast reload, shoot to kill with pistols. Ah yeah, well, we wanted to Blade Master. Every attack cost is lowered by 1. Oh god, yeah, this would be good to have. Every attack cost is lowered by -1 action point as long as the base cost is more than 3 AP. This would be really good for him. But I feel we should also make him a rifle guy at this point. This would make him very effective though. But if we are going into melee, it's mostly more a thing to save ammo. So let's increase this here. We do the true grit. Learn. Then we have the gunsmith. You get 1% to damage when aim shooting body parts. There, learn that. And then we've got only 3 points left. And then I guess we would take the amputator. Yeah, I think we would take the amputator. Then the lieutenant can be our... Oh, let's have a look at his statistics. His attention is only 5. Yeah, I mean, he's actually not really a sniper. He's not sniper material. But well. So, and then Hex also got something, and he's got 8 points now. Excellent. So, martial arts. First blood, pain points. Now, an automatic firearms here we've got 2 already. Weapon knowledge. Strength requirements to automatic firearms are lessened by 3. But he is rather strong with 6. Well, they both have 6. Total annihilation. Well, we wanted to make Hex the assault rifle guy anyway, huh? High cartridge, the cost of reloading. We don't care about that. Halves the spread of burst shots. Total annihilation. Every bullet in a machine gun burst. It's only machine guns, yeah. This is the same enemy adds 1% for crit chance for the next bullets in the same burst, yeah. Shooting on a whim. Removes the handicap when shooting at night. Target shooting. Machine gun burst is again only machine gun. Executioner. Removes the handicap for shooting enemies on adjacent squares. -1 to burst spread. Knockdown chance when shooting from machine guns. And this was also machine gun. Yeah. I feel this is only melee weapons, yeah, obviously martial arts, fast reaction. If you manage to kill the enemy and you have nothing but melee weapons, no, we always have a secondary long-range weapon. 2% to crit chance and damage for every action point wasted on moving this turn, yeah. Pain points, so I don't... This is only good for the first attack round. I mean, that could be decisive, of course. But I feel we should probably rather get into the more survivability thing. Last hope in combat, you gain 10 health points every turn in case you have less than 40% of your max health points. 15 health points for every turn when you have less than 20. I think that's probably a really good thing for Hex, as he is actually supposed to be our tank guy. For a non-armor situation, shield bearer, defense chance for shields, yeah, shield master after the dodge penalty when using a shield. Shields no longer reduce characteristics and accuracy. Let's give him this. While this is going into the melee, but with martial arts, I think he's already pretty good. Yeah, I think he's pretty good with melee. So also, I wanted to have different things so we can see them, how they work. So halves the dodge penalty when using a shield. Shields no longer reduce characteristics and accuracy. And Hex is using the better one. -18 dodge. And he would be able to dodge. Right? With... We have Praetorian. Armor helmets and masks no longer reduce characteristics. Dodge penalty is lowered 3 times. Shield bearer. Defense chance for shields increases 1% for every second level until the bonus reaches 15%. What is the defense chance? That the attack is completely dodged or something? Or defended against? Defense chance, it never says that. Characteristics, the whole characteristic thing. Is it actually worth it? Because it's only dodge is reduced, but then we would still end up only with 3 dodge or so. However, like, I mean, the quality cuirass is of course rather clumsy and so on, and the dexterity, that doesn't count, but I think the dodge is still reduced. And if we give him something like this here, it's also 12 dodge. Okay, by the way, what's our dodge? 13. Defense chance. Now I feel it's probably better characteristics. I mean, on the other hand, it's kind of both. I don't like both actually. I think the Last Hope is probably the best. In combat, you gain 10 health points every turn in case you have less than 40, and even 15 if you have less than 20. I think the Last Hope is actually a way better defensive thing, probably, unless we gain some better armor. So let's rather have the Last Hope for Hex. So that makes him even harder to be killed. So there we go. So, and that concludes today's episode. Many thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one. I feel we have made quite some progress. We shall we need to go back to the police station. We shall decide next time if we want to tell someone about this Chinese guys, but we could also probably just go there and deliver and get our reward, because he was also talking about an item, and then we could neutralize the guy. But on the other hand, like, this might be an entrance into this conglomerate, and I would like to know more about them, and if they are actually operating in Trudograd, it could be a pretty bad thing, and we might gain their trust, like as we could have said to the lieutenant, that we want to infiltrate them. So maybe that's actually a good thing, although it didn't sound such a good idea that they would get the brainwave stuff. Not sure if it's good if the Chinese get their hands on that. Yeah. But why didn't they destroy that, I wonder? Well, let's have a look again. Very quickly. Oh, now it's gone. Okay, well, whatever then. Okay then. So, and two questions, so to speak, for the walkthrough. So if anybody would help and enlighten the community. Firstly, can you do something what happens if you dress up as the sun? But I think you couldn't get the items. But if you know more on that one, please do share your knowledge. That would be really nice. Well, and then so I'm inclined to not help the Chinese get their hands on any secrets. But of course we want our reward. So maybe we could also just murder the guy, of course. But I feel that after giving him the photograph, or maybe there's a chance also to tell him afterwards. But I also think it's a good thing to get into this conglomerate. So I feel we should play along for a while. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, like, if you would like to say something without spoiling, of course, without spoilers, if you feel that it's a really bad idea or so, then yeah, enlighten us. How you played this? We shall see then. And by the way, we never gave Hex the points here, right? And Hex is actually developing pretty nicely here. And we could actually get into the maximum now. I had hoped that we would get more training or so. And he's got 19,000 experience points. So I guess we are not getting too many more levels. On the other hand. Travel speed on location increased by 30%. First aid. We could have 250. Halves all negative effects from the use of the combat drugs, except for the Doctor Death distinction. And we had another crash just when I wanted to say goodbye for today's episode, but well, there we are. So I think we've accomplished quite something, got 2 levels, that's all good. Yeah, and so I hope you liked this episode. Many thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed this one. And if you did, how about you show that by clicking the like button? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell to never ever miss an episode again playing hardball. Comment section is all yours as always. See you next time. Bye bye.